ที่พิพิธภัณฑ์แห่งชาติมาเลเซียกันแล้วนะฮะอ๋อนั่นไงทางเข้าไปซื้อตั๋วHello, three people?
Three people. Where you from?
Thailand.
Thailand. 15.
ก็ที่นี่ค่าเข้าคนละ5 เหรียญนะครับแล้วก็เปิดทุกวันนะตั้งแต่9 โมงถึง5 โมงเย็นนะฮะ
นี่บีคือข้างบน A กับนี้ขวามือ
อ๋อ we should start from A right
yeah.
A B C D
Okay. We have a Japanese guy.
Okay. We're from Thailand.
Oh, Thailand.
Okay.
Thailand maybe English at 10.
English, yeah.
10 o'clock. If you want guide, 10 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
If you want to visit yourself, you can start from A, B, C, D.
Okay. We'll look around. โอเคมันมีทัวร์หลายภาษาเลยนะฮะ
มี2 ภาษามี Japanese กับ English
ได้โอเคเราแน่นอนอยู่แล้วนะว่าภาษาเนี่ยเข้าไปเนี่ย
So where do you go for the countdown? English.
Hello. English.
Okay, all from Thailand.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll start shortly. Okay, wait for me. Happy New Year. Welcome to Malaysia. I'm a museum volunteer and you can call me Yo. Okay, so this guided tour will take about 1.5 hours to 2 hours. Is that okay?
Yeah.
So you'll be some exercise for you, alright? And because there's a few groups here, we have got the Chinese and also the French and also Japanese group here, so it might be quite noisy. So if you can't listen or if I speak too soft or too fast, to let me know, okay? So don't feel shy, okay? If anything, you can ask me as well. So let's go into this start the guided tour today. So introduction to this museum. So this museum has the history of 62 years this year. And before this, it was the Selangor Museum. But during the Japanese World War, the Alliance US Army accidentally dropped a bomb here. Actually, they intended the bomb opposite, which is a train station. And during that time, the Japanese Army used that station to store their weapons and distribute it to other states. And today, opposite is also the train station known as KL Central. It's the second largest train station in Southeast Asia. Have you go there? Take a train here?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so this museum consists of 4 galleries. A, the Prehistoric, B, the Malay Kingdom, C, the Colonial era, and lastly, D is the Malaysian today. So we will start with gallery A first. Okay, let's follow me.
ใช่ตามเข้าไปเลยฮะเดี๋ยวให้เขาอธิบายดีเลยนะเนี่ยจะมีไกด์มาตอน 10 โมงนะฮะหลายภาษาเลยนะเขาบอกมีภาษาฝรั่งเศสด้วยนะทีนี้อังกฤษญี่ปุ่นฝรั่งเศสนะฮะ
Welcome to the Malaysian tropical rainforest. Anyone have been to this rainforest before, such as the one in Pahang or in Borneo? No.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
Borneo, like say Sarawak and Sabah,
Yes.
Kinabalu.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So this is how it look like. Full of tall trees and it's quite dark here. So Malaysia tropical rainforest is the second and third largest in the world. The one in Peninsula, the one in Pahang National Park is the third largest, oldest in the world. It's date back to 130 million years ago. Whereas the one in Borneo, like those in Sabah and Sarawak, is the second oldest in the world, date back to 140 million years ago. So inside this rainforest, there are a lot of unique species of flora and fauna. It has animals such as tigers, pangolins, and tapirs, and also Rafflesia. Have you all seen Rafflesia? Rafflesia, have you heard of it? It's the world's largest flower. Malaysian sure got that. Okay, so you take a look at the ringgit Malaysia, 10 ringgit. At the back there, there's the flower, and that's Rafflesia. Okay, so no, it's 10 ringgit. 10 ringgit. The red color nose.
10 ringgit
10 ringgit.
Yeah, that one.
That one.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
This is the
Ah.
rainforest similar
Cái đỏ
to
nghĩa
the
này.
one in Cameroon,
Rafflesia.
Thailand.
So what is so special about this Rafflesia? Because when it blooms, it only blooms for maybe 3 to 7 days, and it got this very smelly smell, like a dead, rotten meat smell.
rotten
And
meat
it's very unique, because not everyone can see it. It depends on your luck. So for me, till now, I still didn't have the luck to encounter with it. Yeah, because sometimes it's only bloom for 3 days. Okay. Yeah, 3 to 7 days depends on the weather condition, and it's very sensitive. Like say once a human touch it, then it will like say grow dark and die.
โอ้
So that's really tricky to predict when it happens.
They got a season. So the season is somewhere in April and May and September, October. So if you go to the one in Borneo Island is much more larger. The one in Cameroon is the Pahang National Park is much more smaller. So if you go to Kota Kinabalu, below there, if there is in blooming season, they will have a banner. Then there was got this tour that will bring you inside there. Okay, so inside this rainforest, since the prehistoric time, human lived inside the rainforest and also buried their dead inside the forest or cave. And it's also a source of food and medicine for them. And today the rainforest also produce a lot of medicine for the modern medicine as well, especially for the cancer treatment medicines. Okay, so this is how it look like. Some of the forest inside the cave, especially the one in Borneo.
พูดเร็วขนาดนี้ต้องเป็นเฮียนนท์แปลแล้ว
ฟังทันไหมแม่ฟังทันปะ
ไม่ทันหรอกเขาพูดเร็วมากจับได้บางอัน
And this is how the Malay archipelago looks like. 20,000 years ago, it was connected. And all these are lowland. So back then the sea level was 120 meters, much more lower than today. So during that time, human and animals can travel from one place to another, no need visa or passport. So this is also how the migration from Africa started. They will walk down from here and then to this Australia region. So this side here is from the Sunda land, and the Australia region is connected to New Guinea, and it formed the Shakul land. So something happened 18,000 years ago. Due to the climate changes, the glacier ice began to melt, and this caused the seawater to increase. And slowly it will cover all this lowland and form many islands. So Borneo is the third largest island in the world. And when this sea level increase, it also caused those animals stranded. That's why today you will see, like say, there are tigers, elephants in Malaysia and also in Indonesia. And some of the animals are only available in Borneo Island, such as the sun bear and also some types of these monkeys, because they move in a flock. So maybe when the water increase, they are all stranded at this side. So this line here is known as the Huxley line or the Wallace line. So it's a line that animals that won't cross because of the different biogeography. That's why today you can see animals in this region such as elephant and tiger, you won't get it there. Same as those animals from there, like say koala and kangaroo, you can't see it in this side. So the division line is, you can see it clearly in the Bali and Lombok. It's only 35 kilometers apart, and when you cross to Lombok from Bali, it's totally different. So in Lombok here we got these animals known as this Komodo dragon, whereas you can't find it in Bali because they won't cross this line here. Okay. So come to this skull here. These 4 skulls here shows the evolution of humans. The first one is the early human, known as the Homo erectus, and the 3 of these is the Homo sapien. So the early human, you can see the brain is much more smaller and the jawline is much more larger. So this one here is very special. It's known as the deep skull. You can find it in Nia Cave in Sarawak in Borneo. So can you see what's different between the skull, the Homo sapien skull between these?
Coming larger?
You can see here got this some curve inside, isn't it? So this skull is about 40,000 years. And it was believed that during that time, 40,000 years ago, some of the tribes in Nia Cave there, they got this practice, got this ritual to have this head binding. So they believe that when you bind your head and make some, like say this curving point here, it will be more beautiful. So it's a sense of aesthetic as well, and make them more beautiful. So it's also sure that because it's dated back to 40,000 years ago, and in Nia Cave, Sarawak there are really early settlement, Paleolithic settlement there. So if you want to find this original skull, it is available in this Borneo Culture Museum in Kuching, Sarawak. And the Borneo Culture Museum also is the second largest museum in Southeast Asia. Yes?
If this is a replica, then why
It's
does
a
it
replica.
have a jaw?
Pardon? Okay, because what they found is also, only the skull cap and also some fragments here. So they're basically reconstructed it back, so make it look something like this. So if you go to the Borneo Culture Heritage Museum, you only see the skull cap and some of the fragment bones. Okay? So this skeleton here is known as this Perak man. Why it's called Perak man? Because it's found in Perak, the state of Perak. It's one of the oldest, most complete skeleton, date back to 11,000 years ago. So a few years back, they found another more complete skeletons, much more older than this, date back to 14,000 years ago in Kelantan, and it's known as the Kelantan woman. Surrounding him, archaeologists find a lot of river shells, about 3,500 of them buried together, and also with some stone tools and also meats. And he's special because he died at the age of 45. Okay, last time human only lived until let's say age of 20 or 25 only, and he is born with deformity, where one arm is shorter than the other. So for people back then who got this kind of deformity, it will be very difficult for them to survive because they need to hunt. That's why it's believed that this person, and due to the funeral that he had, it might be a person with some status. So there are people serving him. It might be a shaman, medicine man, or the head of these villagers. There are people bringing him food. And unfortunately, he died of this tumor of lower jaw cancer. Okay, so it might be due to maybe his daily habits of eating raw meats and also didn't brush their teeth. Okay, this one is known as the Dong Song burial because at this grave here they also found a pair of this Dong Song drum buried together. So another function of this Dong Song bell is for this burial, and it also represents a person with status. Only those with status that can afford to bury with a drum together. And can you see this drum here on top here? What is this? Make a guess. It's a kind of amphibian. Orangutan. No, it's not orangutan. It's actually a frog.
Okay.
Why frog? Why they don't put a snail or elephants? Okay, because last time is the agricultural society. So they believe that this drum, when they hit on it, it will like say sound like this frog croaking. So it was believed that like say when the frog makes sound, it means that it's going to rain. So the agricultural society, they need rain, isn't it? So this drum, they will use it during the harvest or the planting seasons. So maybe some ceremony, they will have it. So they will knock on the drum. So it sounds like the croaking. So it might, let's say, generate rains.
ใช่กบโอเคครับก็คือมันมีอยู่4ฮอนะครับแต่ละฮอเนี่ยจะบอกเล่าเรื่องราวตามแต่ละช่วงเวลาของประวัติศาสตร์นะครับที่ออกมาเนี่ยคือช่วงเวลาตั้งแต่ก่อนยุคประวัติศาสตร์เลยเราจะค่อยๆเรียงลำดับไปเรื่อยๆจนถึงปัจจุบันเลยนะฮะเขาบอกว่าน่าใช้เวลาประมาณ 1-2 ชั่วโมงได้นะฮะเนี่ยตรงเนี้ย
Malay kingdom
พูดเก่งมาก
date back from the 2nd to the 16th century. So before the coming of Islam in Malacca in the year 1414, all these kingdom here they are influenced by Hinduism and Buddhism. Only when this Islam arrived in Malacca in 1414, then Islam spread rapidly to all these countries here. Okay, so we move on here first. Can you hear that rhythm there? Rhythm? Yeah. That's the sound of this upper. What's the sound? Gamelan. Gamelan, yes, correct. So gamelan actually origin from Indonesia, and back then it only played for the royalties. But today gamelan is played during these formal ceremonies, such as wedding, Malay weddings, and also the shadow puppet performance. And this wood panel here is the door panels of this Seto palace. Last time Seto actually belongs to this Kedah kingdom, but today Seto is situated at the southern part of Thailand, belong to Thailand now. So it's known as Satun. correct? There's a place called
Yes.
Satun.
Yes.
Okay. So you can see because last time it belongs to this Kedah kingdom, so it actually got this Kedah emblems there. And this doorway is actually designed using this Islamic design. So Islam usually the design that usually they use florals such as flower and leaf because in Islam it's not encouraged to use human and animals because it will lead to worship. And you can see all this hole here actually is for ventilation because last time there is no fan or aircon, so they need this direct air. So back then this palace here usually they got this small mini staircase. And do you know what's the function for that? Because when you go down there, usually when you walk down, you will like say lower your head, isn't it? So it's like say a form that you're bowing to the royalty staying inside this palace. Okay, so give it a try. But nowadays people like say when they walk down staircase, they will look up, they will take selfie, right? But last time normally they will look down. Okay, give it a try and we just enter this gateway here. You see whether that you look down or you look down.
Yes.
To take selfie like this. So in Bujang Valley, there's a lot of this chandi being built, and the belief in this religion, such as Hinduism and Buddhism. So in Hinduism, it was believed that this makara is a mystical, like say, creatures that consists of is a combination of two most powerful animals of the land and sea. It will usually found in this entryway of this chandi. Act as the protection for that buildings. So can you guess which this combination of two animals from this makara here? The head here.
Elephant.
Yes, elephant is the most powerful animals of the land, and the body here. It's actually a fish scales. So fish is the Hindu belief is the most powerful animals of the sea. So it's a combination of two animals together. So for this today, if in Malaysia you will let's say you pass by these Chinese temples or banks, you will see these stone lions. So the Chinese believe that the stone lion is the protection of that building. So last time the Hindus they believe this makara is the protection of this that building. This statue date back the 7th century and found on this one of the mining areas in Perak. It actually got 8 arms. One of these are broken. So we can see it actually consists of two religions together. The Buddhist influence we can actually see from this headgear here. So actually a Lord Buddha is there. And also on the right hand side here, it actually consists of this Buddhist teaching of compassion. So the rope here is a belief that the Buddhists believe that this rope here is actually to catch those people who steer away from the path of truth. And the Hindu influence can see on this left hand side here, and also the shoulder here that is a lotus, and also most of these Hindu deities they will hold a jar of this holy water. And also this belt here, it shows the Hindu influence because the belt is made from tiger skin. You can see there's a tiger head here. Because for Buddhists, usually the rope worn by the Buddha is usually much more simple. So this thing here consists of two religions together, Hindu and Buddhism. Although last time it's mainly influenced by Hindu and Buddhism, but with the finding of this Igloo Shardon stone in Bujang Valley, it also shows that the Islam already arrived in Bujang Valley. It's somewhere maybe after the 7th century, maybe somewhere in the 9th century. But it didn't spread as rapidly. And this one here from Thailand, Ayutthaya.
Huh?
Yes.
Which one?
The number 5.
What do?
Yes. It's known as the bullet money.
From Ayutthaya.
Ayutthaya, yes, from Ayutthaya. Yeah, so you can see actually there are some inscription inside there.
What doang?
So the number 6 is from China, copper coin from China. So do you know the usage of the hole inside here? This hole here.
To put it together?
Yes, to tie a rope there.
Yeah.
But if you are rich, it will be very troublesome, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, if the rope broken, your coins will be like say scattered around the place.
Yeah.
So the people here, they are in Malay Peninsula, they are very smart. So what do? They go and mold it into this tree. So how do they use it? So if I want to pay you, I just pluck it and pay to you. So later on, this branch here, they will like say melt it again and to rebuild another tree. Okay. So the number 4 here is a gold coin from Kelantan, and you can see there's actually a barking deer inside there. And today the National Bank in Malaysia, Bank Negara, actually use this barking deer as their logo. Yeah, what is this?
Shoes?
Yeah, actually it's a cloth or shoes, usually wear by the Indian merchant. So how do they wear it?
Put the finger.
Yes, okay, so you just put your toe and your another thing and then you just wear it. So it actually also represents a person's status. So it usually made from, I say, there are some is made from ivory or silvers. And you can see from this thing, although it's made from wood, but you can see the carving there. So it's also represent a person's status as well. So usually last time, if a person with status, they don't usually walk much, isn't it? So it won't be quite difficult for them to walk. In the year 1414, and this is where the history changed, the second rulers of Malacca, or the son of Parameswara, converted into Islam. And with this, Islam spread rapidly to others neighboring countries through missionary activities, weddings, trade activities. And from there, Malacca, Islam spread to, let's say, Palembang, to Java, and then to Brunei, and even to Philippines. And with this, Malacca turned into this, it attracted a lot of traders from Islamic countries such as from Arab and India to Malacca to trade. And before this, the trade item in Malacca usually consists of this Chinese influence. And after the conversion, a lot of these trade items, they got this Islamic influence, such as items here. And you can see from this plate here, it actually consists of all the Islamic design. We've got this flora design, the geometrical design, and also the Islamic calligraphy. So you can see from this 8 star pointers, this geometrical design here. Have you all been to KLCC, Twin Tower? Yeah. So KLCC actually is built from this 8 star pointer design. So when you look from the top, it's actually got this consists of this design. So in Islam, this 8 star pointer design is actually represents unity and harmony. And make a guess, where is all this porcelain or this ceramic came from?
China?
Yes, made in China. Because back then China got this very good technique and also this clay. That's why they will commission the Chinese people to make all this ceramic, and then they will, let's say, bring it to Malacca to be traded. And this thing here, you can see, because last time they also believe in, also it got Islam, they also believe in magic. So this thing is called magic bowl. So it is believed that this inside here there is a combination of numbers. So the user of this bowl, they might get what they want. Like say they want love, when they use this bowl, they might get love. They might heal them from sickness and everything. And if you go to the Islamic museum, you can see a lot of all this magic bowl there. And Islamic influence on embroideries,
ก็มีมาตั้งแต่สมัยโบราณแล้วนะฮะ
also consists of lots of Islamic calligraphy, and it's also believed that it also act as a protector for the household, isn't it? And also the same as this one, the embroideries here, it says that those people back then, they will wear this vest to battle, it will protect them. And Malacca back then is got a lot of foreign influence, and all these foreign influence are accepted by the locals, and you can see from all these costume and ornaments such as this wedding gown here, it actually consists of this Arab influence, and also this hairpin here consists of this Chinese influence. And this thing here, can you make a guess? What is this? Number 4. Apa? What?
A belt?
Kerongsong is not Kerongsong is number 5. Okay, Kerongsong is actually they wear as a button for the ladies, and this thing here is actually a belt buckle known as pending. Okay, So the buckle is here, then they got this belt here. So now today, if you know that to show a person's status, you know that belt is expensive. You will see they might have this logo, maybe a LV, Gucci. Then you know it's a very expensive belt, right? So last time, how do they show it? Yeah, they made from gold. Okay, or they got this. They maybe made from gold. Then they have this gemstone here, and the belt. Sometimes the belt they make from this combination, a change of coins. So it's made from, let's say, gold coins with a higher denomination, then you know it must be expensive, right? It might be an LV of last time. Or sometimes they also they may be the common one they will use that maybe made from silver or irons. And the greatest influence brought in by these traders is that this forming of these three Chinese communities. Back then, a lot of Chinese traders they will stop in Malacca to trade, and they stay there for quite a long time. And they married the local ladies, and they formed these Chinese trade communities. And the male were known as Baba, the female were known as Nyonya. So they adapt to Malay culture while preserving their Chinese identity, religions, and culture heritage. They speak Malay language and also Hokkien. And you can see all these things here. The ceramic here actually consists of this Chinese influence as well.
You are also descendants?
Huh?
You are also descendants?
I'm not this one.
Okay.
I'm Chinese. Okay. Okay. So back then, the ladies they married in a very young age, maybe at the age of 15. So before they get married, they need to know how to cook these peranakan dishes and know how to make all these embroideries. Okay. So before they get married, they need to make at least one of these beaded shoes. So how do they select how do they, let's say, get married? So last time the ladies, they are not allowed to go out to meet their man of their life. Okay, they stay at home. So it's the matchmaker. They will bring in all these embroideries and show it to the future mother-in-law or grandmother-in-law. So the selection is actually not based on the picture, it's based on these embroideries. That's why I'm lucky I'm not from here. It's very stressful, you know.
Okay.
Okay, so the selection, they will bring a few ladies, these embroideries, then the mother-in-law or future mother-in-law, they will look at it. This one is very fine, very nice. So they will ask the ladies to come to their house. Usually they will ask, like, let's say maybe two, competition. So stressful. So when they go to their house, they need to cook a peranakan dish. So peranakan dish is not easy. They usually serve in this long table and consists of many dishes as well. So maybe the ladies, they need to maybe just choose one or two dishes. But the one or two dishes is take a very long time because they use a lot of materials. So first they need to pass this test first. Then after that, they need to pass the cooking test. Then they will select, okay, this one, the fine embroideries, nice cooking can be their future daughter-in-law. So stressful or not? Yeah. Okay, so this beaded shoes here is very valuable nowadays. So the simple one here, like this one, half of it, it says that the beads used is not lesser than 15,000. And today the price is about ringgit Malaysia 750 ringgit. So this one, the full one, might consist, let's say, it might go up to 2,500 ringgits. So it's very rare. People now, they don't really make it anymore. If you want to find the original one, you can go to Malacca. Okay, that's why. Luckily, I'm not lucky.
เพราะว่าประเทศไทยแหว่งๆป่ะเนี่ยอายุสยามแบงคอกเนี่ย
ผมมีแค่นั้นแหละมั้ง
สยามอ้าวนั่งอยู่นี่เมื่อย
มีไข้ไง
ไม่สบายเราพักก่อน
อันนี้มีที่นั่ง
ไปครับจบไปแล้ว2ฮอนะฮะเหลืออีก2อันอยู่ข้างบนให้แม่เขาพักก่อนนะครับแม่เขาเหมือนกับไม่ค่อยสบายนะมันจะมีไข้นิดนึงแกลเลอรี่ C เราไป AB มาแล้วนะครับอันนี้ C แล้ว
Okay, gallery C for colonial era. So the foreign invasion first started in the year 1511 when the Portuguese first arrived in Malacca, and then followed by the Dutch in the year 1641. And with the signing of Pangkal Treaty in the year 1874, it marks the beginning of this British colonizations. And lastly, the Japanese occupations in the year 1941. So these durations of these foreign invasions in Malaysia is basically 446 years. So why is Malay Peninsula so popular? Because first it consists of all these forest products and also spices, which attract a lot of people. And then later on, the raw material that we have in here. And before the arrival of these Portuguese, these Europeans, they have no ideas where all these spices came from, because it was brought in by these Arab traders. And during the middle of this 15th century, there was a plague which happened in Europe, known as the Black Death. So back then there is no vaccines, no modern medicine, so they believe that this nutmeg actually can cure this Black Death. That's why it's sold in this very expensive, very high price. And this encouraged the King of Portugal, the Henry the Navigator, to encourage their people to sail out to find the source of these spices. So their first explorations, they managed to reach Cape of Good Hope, and a few years later to Vasco da Gama, they managed to reach India. And from India, they know their way to Malacca, and the source of spices are where it came from. It's actually from this island, which brought in by the traders here. And have you been to Malacca?
yes
Yes, sir. So if you go to Malacca, you notice there's a huge replica of this ship as this Malacca Maritime Museum. And why is this Flor de Lama so special that they need to build a huge replica there? Because this Flor de Lama, it is said that it has managed to conquer a lot of territory before they arrived in Malacca. And by the time they go to Malacca, it was very old ship already. And it also lead other ships to attack Malacca. And after 5 months, when Alfonso going back, it is said that these ships contained a lot of treasure looted from the Malacca palace, because Malacca was very rich. So it consists of a lot of things. If you want to know the whole list there, actually you can go to this Malacca Heritage Gallery. There's actually a list of what Alfonso looted from the palace. But unfortunately, after sailing for a few days, this ship sank during a storm, and the whole ship sank, and the treasure sank as well, and Alfonso managed to escape. And till today, this ship still remain a mystery. It was sank at this Strait of Sumatra, but they still can't find it. And this is good, you know why? Because once they find this ship today, it will be a dispute of 3 countries. Because the ship belongs to the Portuguese, treasure from Malacca, and it sank in the Strait of Sumatra, which belong to Indonesia. So the people who profit from it will be loyal.
wow
So now we go to another Malacca. So the
ที่เอากระดูกมาสร้าง
exploration
อ๋อที่ป้อมใช่ไหม
ลองถามว่า
whereas the Portuguese exploration is funded by the king.
This is at the fort right a fort Formosa fort
Formosa Fort. Because the Formosa Fort, it consists of 4 gates and 8 towers. Okay. So, but today when you go there, there's no more fort.
Yeah.
It's only left this gate here.
Yeah.
Okay, so what happened to the fort? So 150 years later, so the British already arrived in Penang, and at the same time, this Dutch is having this battle with the French in Europe. So to avoid this the Dutch foreign territory ended up in the hands of the French, so they signed a treaty with the British for this temporary, like say, control. The British will take over during the war. So when the war is over, the Dutch will come back and take back the territories. Then the British know if the Dutch came back to Malacca again, then it will affect their port in Penang. So the British decided to dismantle the fort. So this Raffles came back again, arrived in Malacca for this sick leave, and he know about this. So he wrote a letter back to the governor in India. So last time there is no courier service, no email. You need to take the letter back through ship. Then after that they come back. So when they came back, the time the British already, like say, exploded most of the fort. Only left this gate here. That's why, thanks to Raffles, when you go to Malacca, you can see this last remaining of this A Famosa from the Portuguese. But actually, it's being reconstructed by the Dutch already. So it is said that if you join some guided tour in Malacca, some of the guide that will show you there are actually 3 types of material bricks along this vicinity of the A Famosa. One is the lateritic used by the Portuguese to build it. Then later the bricks that are used by the Dutch, and then it's another one by the British or something.
Oh, wow.
So it's very dangerous when you go somewhere else. Don't simply pass your key to your neighbor. You don't know what will happen. Just imagine the surprise of the Dutch when they came back. What
Nothing.
happened? Yeah, what happened to the fort?
Where is the fort?
Where's the fort? And this tree here is known as the golden flowers. Bunga-mas. So every 3 years during that time, the northern state of Malay Peninsula, such as Kedah, Terengganu, and Kelantan, they will send it as a tribute to the King of Siam because at that time Siam was a very powerful, great power. So every 3 years they will send it. Only until like say all these states are taken over by the British, then they only ended it. So it is said that the original one actually is some of this original the real gold flower is at this royal grand palace.
Oh.
Is that true?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I haven't been there.
Because when the government asked them, they say
Very long time.
don't have, and they ask the British museum, they say so high, but the records say that there's a few of this in the royal palace. So nobody knows that unless you manage to go into the royal palace.
Yeah.
Because the cars only from British rich, and suddenly in the year 1941, none of all these bicycles gone missing. And this bicycle actually they are imported.
แม่วะใช่
And what happened? Because at that time there was
จะเที่ยงแล้วเนี่ย
a lot of Japanese spy in the Philippines as photographer or barber. And before the Japanese occupation, they actually hide all these bicycles. Because the bicycle play a very important role in Japanese occupation in the area. And actually use bicycle to hide.
ว่าเดี๋ยววันนี้เราบินกลับกันตอนเราต้องออกจากที่เนี่ยตอนบ่ายโมงนะครับนี่ก็อีก15 นาทีเที่ยงแล้วนะเพราะงั้นเดี๋ยวอีกแป๊บหนึ่งก็คงจะไปแล้วครับแม่โทรมาตามแล้ว So I have to catch flight in the afternoon so I'll be taking the leave.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a safe trip back.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye. So in the year
ครับบอกลาเขานะฮะว่าเดี๋ยวเราต้องขึ้นเครื่องบินตอนกลับไปตอนบ่ายนะก็เสียดายเหมือนกันไม่ได้ดูทั้งหมดครับแต่ว่าถ้าเพื่อนๆมาที่พิพิธภัณฑ์แห่งนี้นะครับแน่นอนนะฮะว่ามีไกด์มาด้วยเนี่ยอธิบายดีแบบละเอียดยิบๆเลยนะอาจจะพูดเร็วไปนิดนึงนะถ้าฟังแบบอังกฤษไม่ค่อยแข็งแรงนะแต่ว่าโอเคนะคือแบบว่าอินโฟเมชันปึกนะฮะแนะนำเลยนะครับแนะนำเลยนะ
แต่ถ้าเกิดใครได้ฟังนะคลิปนี้เนี่ยแล้วเหมือนกันตามเราไปด้วยเนี่ยได้ดู
ใช่
ได้เข้าใจได้อะไรต่างๆเนี่ยโอเคเลย
ใช่
ละเอียดมาก
ได้อย่างนี้
ยังไม่ทานค่ะจริงๆเราต้องนั่งรถบัสตอนที่ยังไม่เที่ยงแล้วต้องนั่งแล้วกลับไปโรงแรมแล้วซื้อข้าวอีกใช่ไหม
ใช่
ไม่งั้นมีวิธีหนึ่งคือไปรถไฟรถไฟ
ไข้ขึ้นนะเนี่ย
ใช่กินพารา
แล้วกินขนมปังกินอะไรอย่าง
เขาไม่กินญี่ปุ่นออกไปตั้งแต่ 11:20 แล้วเนี่ยโอ้โหอะไรวะที่จะไปฮอสุดท้าย
ก็น่าจะประมาณนี้นะครับทริปมาเลยนะฮะเดี๋ยววันนี้เราบินกลับแล้วก็ติดตามได้กันใน EP ต่อไปนะครับทริปหน้าจะไปไหนรอชมนะครับ
มีโอกาสออกมาเที่ยวนะครับ
MCA
ใช่ขึ้นแล้วเนี่ย
MCA เลือกน่าจะตรงนี้ป่ะ